What's up sub fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. I got fantastic response and feedback on the last video on the paint reveal. So today we are going to continue on that track. So we are going to paint the rims, and I'm going to use some Plastidip because this is no permanent fix, it's just temporarily. So I'm going to see how they look in a matte black. So the wheels might look quite nice on video and on pictures on Instagram. I have got some reactions, but in real life they have some curb brushes that I have just sanded down, and this is probably one of the worst ones. You can see the edge is not perfect, far from it. And since I got this perfect looking car, then I want to have some rims that match that, and I want to go black and yellow on everything because this is a track car. As I said before, I'm going to use it for the streets as well, but the main theme of the car is black and yellow, so I want to have the black wheels to match, and we're gonna put on some black stickers or decals on the car from sponsors and stuff like that. I have put on some fresh paint on the calipers, and I have done this build for a couple of months. So you can see the springs on the coilovers are yellow. When we did the subframe, we painted it black and yellow, so the theme around the car is going to be black and yellow all the way around. So I have put 4 cans of Plastidip inside some hot water, and that is just to get a better viscosity of the paint so it flows out better on the rims. And these have been cleaned off thoroughly, and the edge of the wheel has been applied with some tire shine, and that is basically because now we don't need to mask off anything since it's Plastidip. You know the drill, Plastidip isn't anything new. So we're just gonna apply a thin first tack coat, try to get it in everywhere, and then we're gonna go heavier, and we're aiming for 4 to 5 coats, I think. So 4 cans usually is enough for 4 rims. I have done previously most 19-inch rims, and these have a lot of spokes, so hopefully it will do. And some of you might be curious why paint it so near the car, but Plastidip isn't like real spray, so it won't get like a huge dust cloud inside here. It's gonna be more concentrated to the rim, so no worries, we will take care of that. So just start to paint and we will see how this turns out. So this is the result after 4 or 5 layers. It's a nice satin look to it. So the overspray is just start peeling away. It's super easy when you had some tire shine on the wheels before. So we're just gonna remove the excess and put them back on the car. So this is the results with the rims on. I think it turned out pretty good, because black rims have a tendency to like fade away and not be visible on a car. But since I'm running the black and yellow theme, this was the only way to go. And since they are satin or like matte black, I think they pop a little bit even though. And the design of the rims with the turbine, I think it just looks badass with matte black. So as of right now, the car needs to get lowered in the rear, also a little bit lower in the front, but I think I'm not gonna go slammed in the front since it's going to be for track days, so it should withstand a little bit of abuse without like rubbing the tires. And we're gonna upgrade the brakes, so we're gonna go with the, I haven't not decided yet, but it's gonna be bigger brakes in the front, and we're gonna change both discs and pads in front and the rear. So I think we're gonna go with the slotted rotors all around. So as of right now, what's left to do is install the side details. So here we have it, and I'm gonna show you how to make this pop and make this look real nice. There are a few different options that you can go with. You can use the cheapest method is like using furniture polish. It works, but it doesn't last long at all. Then you can go with the heat gun, but the problem is that you might overheat and burn the plastic, and then you will have a really lousy result, not even. It will be like all blemishes everywhere. So this is a really bad one that I picked up at the junkyard, because the one that I had on the car was really bad. It was broken. So the way you assemble and disassemble these pieces is you have like a little latch over here. So you put that in over here first, like so, and then pop in the rest. So if you're gonna disassemble this, always pull out in the back and then drag it backwards, and then it will come out. The common problem is that you start to bend and you break this little tab right here, and then it's pretty much useless, or it's hard to get a good installation. So let me show you how the Tear Shine Refined Rubber and Trim works. It works amazing on plastic details. So you just take a little bit of it on a microfiber towel or something like that, then just work it in. So when you have worked that in, you can see the result. Here is the old one, it's really faded. And here is the fresh black plastic, super shiny. So now you could either take a dry microfiber towel and wipe this off, then you will have a clean satin finish. Or you can let this dry a little bit, then add another layer, then you will have a super shiny, slick finish. Whether you like for rims, it's sometimes nice to go with a heavy coat and then go with another coat so you get that real greasy slick look, but most common is to wipe this on, wipe it off, and then just have this fresh, crisp, like new feeling to it. Definitely been a while since I drove this car, so now we're just gonna take it out for a small test drive again to see that everything works before we start the engine build of the car. So as I said previously, I want to make sure the car works after each modification if possible. That way it will be much more easier to find what is wrong with the car when something starts to go wrong. So as of right now, the last time we did a test drive, the car got more air than it requested, so definitely something wrong with something electrical or something like that. Is definitely not a boost leak, then it's the other way around. So as of right now, it seems that they are playing well together. So we are watching the values in the OpenSID, and we're just gonna drive the car so it gets a little bit warm in the engine before we start to push it. But we should feel it straight away if it works or if it doesn't. Started to get a little bit of heat in the engine, so now we're gonna climb up and see if it goes well. Before it just boost cut at like when we had 600 or something like that requested air mass. So hopefully it goes well. And this car just sounds like a fighter jet with this exhaust. When you climb up in boost, it just unleashes all the boost in the world. That went well. No boost cut. And we got 1200 in the requested air mass. Goes real well. Probably some misfires, but nothing that I could feel at least. So I'm gonna look at the boost right now and see what boost we're getting it into. install a boost gauge, so I got the boost pressure up here instead. That will be an upcoming video very soon for sure.
A lot, but it should be enough for the 315 horsepower that it should produce on E85. Now I have regular 95 octane fuel in the system, so it should be doing a lot better than this. After I got that check engine light, it sounds like it did before when I changed the air mass meter. So it doesn't have that even. Got 2 errors right now, but the car handles well and it drives as it should. The boost comes on and I can feel any misfire as of yet. The next interesting thing would be to fuel it up with ethanol and see what it does. So when we get home, I'm definitely gonna read out the error codes and see what we got. Most likely something to do with misfiring. Misfires when we let off the throttle. So that's most likely why we got this check engine light. Hear the idling of the car. I think I know what's wrong. It's missing a bolt. The car just looks stunning. So that's it for this video, guys. At least we got to show that the car has some boost in it and it performs well, even though everything is not in order. You could see that it's missing one of the bolts or the pins for the exhaust manifold, and of course that's a leak. So when I push the throttle a little bit, you can hear that it's like
ticking or it's knocking from that little air that's sipping out. So it's an easy fix when we're doing the engine, which is up next. So I'm gonna remove and fix the head. So we're gonna do everything, the valves, and get everything in shape. Maybe port out the channels as well, so we get proper flow through the head. And I have read out the fault codes. So we got P1390, which is fuel level low, which it was. P0300, which is random / multiple cylinder misfire detected, and that's of course because of the leak. And P1300, which is also aiming towards the leak or misfiring. So that is something that we could fix. The mass airflow sensor did the trick, so now we got the calculation. At least it requests the amount of air that it's getting, and then it's wrong further on in the process at the exhaust manifold. So we're gonna fix the head, proper new bolts, everything. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.